These IM have a whopping of 14 balanced armature in it. And how does it sound? Let's talk about it. Hello guys, it's Jordan Review. Come back. Today we have the AFU Kento. I will call it the Kento. So it's a 14 BA IM and I think it's their flagship. And I saw some really interesting reviews and feedback on the IM. Some reviewers even said that they have headache after listening to this, so it just spiked my interest and my curiosity to try this out. And shout out to my friend who just lent this over to me, so yeah, thank you. So first of all, let's talk about the physical aspect of the stuff of the IM. Design wise, they have two different designs, which for the other design which has slightly more yellow and slightly more gold color in it, not the biggest fan of that design, but the one that I'm having here, which is just in blue, just a lot of sprinkle of say silver or just blue color kind of powder on it, which shiny, is very nice. It's really good looking, and together with the cable that it came with, which is in fabric and it's in blue color, it's just overall a very nice matching color, yeah, and very nice to wear. And for the weirdest part that I just realized is the nozzle. This thing has the weirdest nozzle that I came across for the year of 2024 or maybe 2023 included. So this has a really thin but long nozzle really, and you can't really change it to other tips, but it depends on your collections of the ear tips that you own. You might be able to find some that will be able to fit on this, but I think for the design and for everything else, the stock ear tips just are the best on this IM. Because if you use something with a slightly wider bore, not to say about the sound, just the fitting itself, the metal part, the thin nozzle might be able to scratch your ear somehow, or just protruding out of your ear tip. And also the length and the height of your ear tip is, if it's shorter than the ear nozzle, then also the metal part will pop out because it's just freaking long. Yes, it is really long, one of the longest nozzle that I came across, yeah, so in recent years. But I think it has a lot to do with the tuning, so no complaints here. If you guys to stick with the stock ear tips, shouldn't have any problem. Just felt to me that the ear tip is slightly I would say hard, a little bit hard, because the ball, the center part of it is covered by the nozzle, so it's very hard ear tip. But I have no issue wearing it, and I would say comfort wise, I'm totally okay with the comfort of this, but not the most economic shell, but I'm okay with the fit, so no problem, no hurting and no nothing, so it's good. So let's talk about I don't have the full accessory, so I will skip the unboxing because it's a lone unit. And let's talk about the sound. So the sound, I would say that this is the most technical IM under $1,000 that I came across. Yes, so I don't really come across a lot of the more technical, very detailed IM below $1,000. Most of them are like just okay or just better than okay. But this thing selling around like $899, correct me if I'm wrong. So I remember it around that kind of price, which is cheaper than the Monarch Mark III, but has way more technicalities and way more detail retrieval than the Monarch Mark III, which is like superb. So let's talk about the overall tuning, because if you want to talk about like each different segment, there isn't a lot of things to talk about, as in this is a neutrally tuned IM leaning towards the brighter side. Yeah, so it don't have a lot of bass. Mid-range is slightly to the thinner side, but holds a lot of details in the mid-range, and female vocals in the upper mid-range also doesn't pop up a lot. It just at the right position where it just felt to you like very neutral, just at the correct place, as if it's a referencey kind of mid-range, upper mid-range. And as for the treble, okay, this is where the interesting part hits, where the treble is slightly a little bit hot. Yeah. So for those of you who are sensitive to treble, maybe you need to watch out, as in the treble here is slightly a little bit hot, a little bit sizzly. If you tune up the volume a little bit, then yeah, it might be a little bit sharp for you. But to me, to my like J-pop library, if you never like turn up the volume too much or just at an appropriate average volume, this will do fine. Okay, so I also seen people saying that they have ear ringing issue and also like having headaches after listening to this, especially like J audio. The funny thing is that he was using topping G5, which is kind of a stereo DAC amp that will give you a very clean background, very clean and very technical sound. So together with the sound of this, it makes it a little bit worse, where you get super lot of technical details out of this. You get super lot of details, every single micro nuances you can get, but it will be a bit harsh, a bit too dry to listen to, hence maybe headache. So for those of you who depends on what source that you're having, like which dongle or which DAP, which DAC amp that you are using. If you are using something like the Cayenne RU6, Cayenne RU7, Hy-Vee FC6, those kind of warmer source, you should be fine. Okay, depends on your acceptance to treble. And something like slightly to the cheaper end, where you use like AKM chip, yeah, something like Colorfly M1P, I remember correctly, or the Onyx. Those kind of slightly warmer source will have slightly better pairing with this IM, as in you won't get as many like ringiness, and also maybe it's just more okay to listen to those. Using those to listen to this IM. So in overall, I would say that is this a very good IM. Yes, I do see the point of where this IM live. In H5, if you guys go Google it up, you can even see that it's a person saying that he wanted to sell the U12T and get this because it's just so technical. It's just, I think the person liked details a lot, and instrument separation, everything is just done super nicely, and you really can hear every single stuff, and imaging to pinpoint everything here and there is done very nicely as well. And this IM also excels in like music with like orchestra stuff, or like have a lot of instruments. You will love the presentations of this a lot. And also for those of the people who like something a bit more neutral, more referencey kind of monitoring kind of taste, you want everything to be just very uncolored, then also something that you're looking for. So all depends on what source that you are using. And yeah, and IM that I think there's a point to it, but just need to watch out. If you are treble sensitive, then maybe not. And also one nitpick thing that I want to talk about is the timbre. So Arfu has been doing a lot of good IM, and out of all of them, I love the Magic One's timbre because it's just sounded, it don't sound like BA. So this IM having that timbre issue where it does have that BA timbre because you can't avoid it. It's having 14 balanced armature in it. Definitely will have that timbre issue. So not the most natural stuff to listen to on this. If you are just a person who love to listen to pure vocals or acoustic stuff, not something that you are looking for. But if you looking for details under $1,000, yeah. So there you go. Still, shout out to my friend who loaned this over. Been liking it for certain purposes, like those kind of game OST and stuff. Very nice. And yeah, that's all for the review today, and see you guys next week. Bye bye.